Hello, it's Stephen from the Family Business Book, and I'm going to talk to you today about the first contact you may receive from a potential customer. The title of this video is How Much Does It Cost? And it's not the first thing you want to hear when anybody contacts you in order to purchase your services. So let's just think about this for a moment. Imagine that you're in the middle of Africa somewhere and your appendix has just erupted, and the only person capable of removing it will require some kind of payment to do so. Is the first question you ask, how much will it cost? Of course not. You just want to get your appendix removed and you want to be on the way to recovery. Similarly, if you're traveling out on the open road and you begin to get really hungry and you go into a diner or something like that on the way, it's the first question you ask, how much do eggs cost? No, of course you don't. You order what you want and you're prepared to pay the necessary price. And as somebody that actually visits lots of different countries, there are differentials between the price you pay for food across borders of various countries, and also there are great differences that you have to pay depending upon whether you go to a swanky restaurant or some kind of a burger bar somewhere. But more or less, you know what you're getting yourself into. So why is it that sometimes clients or customers will approach you with the first question, which is, how much will it cost? Well, the answer to that really has to do with the fact that they are unfamiliar with your field. They know that they may require some of your services, but they've really not been there before. And you don't really want their question, how much will it cost? Because it indicates that from the outset, they're likely to be going to attempt to negotiate some kind of price with you. And really what you should be negotiating with people is what they need rather than what they're prepared to pay. Now, of course, there is a corollary to this, and the corollary is at some stage during the negotiation, you should be the person to ask, what's your budget? I'll give you an example of this. Not long ago, somebody contacted me with respect to their website, and they wrote me a very short text. They said, Stephen, we need somebody to edit our website. Would you be interested? How much will it cost? And I politely declined to get involved. And I declined to get involved for a number of reasons. The first reason was that this person had been an irregular payer and an irregular person for me to have contact with when I needed to. So that didn't incline me to the contract. But the main things that put me off was they were asking questions about costs straight away. And secondly, they were determining, they thought they actually knew what they needed, which was somebody to re-edit their website. Whereas in fact, there were a lot of other priorities that I could deduce simply by looking at the website that they needed to do first. Now, my daughter, Amazon's doing GCSE in business studies at the moment, and she's been looking fairly recently at something called break-even points. And these concern how many units you would need to sell of any particular product in order, and Yet lots of people in business fail to calculate exactly how much it costs them when they're providing a service. And the fact is, you need to be on top of this. You really do need to know what it costs to do things. And that's not so that you can answer the question how much it will cost when somebody asks you, but rather so that you can calculate the right amount of money that you're going to charge for your services. So you don't really ever want to be negotiating with people on the basis of price, because to negotiate on price is just a race to the bottom. Even if you own something like a shop that sells specialized equipment for swimming, say, to be trying to undercut your immediate competitors is just going to cause the bigger chains to attempt to undercut you. And sooner or later, you're going to end up in a position in which you can't compete with them, and they'll drive you out of business, and then they'll slowly put their prices up again and recover the shortfall in money. So if you were running a sort of boutique swimming costume business, then you do much better to actually make it specialized in slightly higher end things and provide a better quality to people. Anyway, I'm getting a little bit off of the topic here. What I really meant to say to you was, when approaching somebody, if you want to purchase a service, I would suggest you ask them a fairly open-ended question. You say, I'm in X business, I have this website, I've been advertising on wherever, Facebook or Google or whatever. I've been doing this, I've been attending conferences, I've been going to various meetings, I've been advertising in the trade press, for example. What do you suggest I might do in order to make my business more successful? And have a conversation. If these people are any good, they will give you a certain amount of free consultation, and you'll be able to drill down to the things that you actually need to do, and also begin to think about a timetable about how you need to do them. Only then should you enter into a discussion about cost. And if they're any good and you can't really afford their services, you can always ask them, well, I understand that you can't afford to provide me with this at the moment because you're in a different league. Can you recommend anybody who can help me? And most likely they will be quite pleased to pass you on to somebody who will do a workmanlike job, but actually isn't as advanced as they are in terms of developing their business. So be prepared to talk to people, but don't ask them about cost at the outset. And similarly, if you're in business, be very wary of people that approach you with the question, how much does it cost? That's a question that should come much, much later in the discussion. Anyway, that's all I have to say on this topic today. And so, until we next speak, goodbye.
If you enjoyed this video, please take a moment to share your thoughts with other family business owners in the comments section below. You can also respond to thoughts posted by other viewers. Remember to like and share the video and subscribe to this channel. To be sure to receive notifications, you must also click the bell icon at the top right-hand corner of the YouTube page.